football league on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Rams. And it's all up next.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gunn with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. But there aren't too many guys who can do both. And at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
They start the drive with Cook. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Allen. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Amari Cooper, 45 yards. And the Bills are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they liked, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's Amari Cooper who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. 7-0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The LA offense going to go to work for the first time, and it is the veteran Matthew Stafford at the helm in his 16th NFL season and 4th with the Rams.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first draft, and he certainly played like a top pick throughout his careers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. First run now for Kyron Williams. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Here's Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
From the gun, here's Stafford. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Back to throw, Stafford. Now that'll be caught by Cup. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Again, it's Stafford. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Back deep is Brandon Codrington. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. They'll dump this off to Cook. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
How about the timing on that one? Where they were in sync, weren't they? Three-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Now Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
Now Allen again. Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Allen. Has his man, it's Shakir. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Now Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
That's the rookie from Florida State, Keon Coleman. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays, picks up the first. To throw, it's Allen. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
2nd and 10. And again, it's Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. Here's 3rd and 3. As they've got it as we resume action. Motion man is Shakir. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
Here's Allen to throw it. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Keon Coleman. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You've just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Pass on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Terrell Bernard is in on the tackle.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Stafford. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Play action. Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. from the 42 now. Here's 2nd and 2. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Here's Ethan Evans now. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. In motion, the tight end. Allen going to throw. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the 1st down.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7. From midfield, here's Allen. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 37. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
This 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing now is Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cooper. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now this time Allen will throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Keon Coleman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Williams is into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Point after here coming up. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bills offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see.
He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. A final shot before half for Allen. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run it again with Williams. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Now that'll be caught by Cup. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So now out comes this offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Allen now looks to throw. Shakir hauls it in. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Allen. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's Allen to throw it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To the air, Allen. Has his man, it's Shakir. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 44-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Allen. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 23. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, a 23-yard run. And the Bills are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward.
For no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here now, 2nd and 4. From the 50, it's Stafford. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Stafford. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Ed Oliver, that time the one to get in there and bring him down.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. He ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
Here's Sam Martin now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad. Well, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Play action. Stafford. And now a fumble. The ball's out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point. But being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. Throwing again is Stafford. That is caught. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Stafford to his #1 guy Cup for a Los Angeles first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Now it's Stafford. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the right side and intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 41. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
His big game continues. 10 catches now and another 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They run it again with Cook. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now a 2nd and 6. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Cook following the penalty. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. It's Davis on the counter. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. This will be a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 2nd and 5. Here's Stafford. Looking sideline, incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll take it down shy of 45 at the 46. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He's got his man. It's Nakua. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
To the air again, Stafford. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
One last throw here for Stafford. Going for it all. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.